Hey, Huckster here. The reasons why I don't fit into Christian groups, especially on YouTube and, in real life, because YouTube is not real life, is because of things I don't believe in. Not the fact that I do believe in Jesus Christ, that I do believe in God, that I do believe in Jesus was crucified, He died, and He was resurrected on the third day, and that through Him, through the shedding of His blood, my sins are forgiven. It's not that I believe those things that I'm not accepted. It's because of things I don't believe. Like in devils, Satan, demons. In the around the 5th or 6th century, in the Latin Bible, the word Lucifer was used to describe Jesus Christ, because the name meant the same thing it does in 2 Peter 1:19, the day star, describing Jesus Christ. Hymns were even sung to Jesus with the name Lucifer. People want to say, well, look at Ezekiel chapter 28, talking about the king of Tyre was actually a cherub. Your translations will tell you that, especially the King James or such as that. But if you look at the original Hebrew writings in Ezekiel chapter 28:14, instead of saying you were a cherub, it says, I had provided you with a guardian cherub. This was a man. He was the king of Tyre, the prince of Tyre. And history itself, through Jewish historians, tell us what was going on with Tyre when they were actually making fun of the nation of Judah for being in the Babylonian captivity. King of Tyre thought he was better than that, and look at what happened to him. He was struck down. The Tyrians were thrown into the same captivity with the Judeans. This was people. People want to look at Isaiah chapter 12, verse 14, when it talks of Lucifer. But if you go back to Isaiah chapter 12, verse 4, it tells you this is a proverb against the king of Babylon. This is history in the hands of God, written down for us in the Bible, but people don't know how to study that, and they don't understand. They see words like devils and demons and angels, and the word angels, just like in Numbers chapter 19, those were messengers to the people, spokesmen for God. They were priests. Your translation will say they were angels, and they were cast into the pit in chains to be held until the day of judgment. These were messengers. These were actual men. And I believe in angels, the holy angels, the angels that come from heaven, come from God. But your translations have even human messengers as angels. Jesus himself tells us in Mark chapter 17, verses 21 through 23, what comes from a man's heart. It says, evil proceeds from the depth of the human heart, The evil thought allowed to conceive and bring forth sin is the defiling agent to mankind. For from within, out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these things came from within and defile the man. Mark 7, chapter 7, verses 21 through 23. These are the words of Jesus, and the language is just too plain to be mistaken. Now, how can you or I claim to be pure in heart unless we put away these evil things? In James, it tells us no man is tempted unless he is tempted from his own lust and desires. It tells us that God does not tempt anybody, and God is not tempted. When people want to believe in devils and demons and give these devils and demons the power to control men's thoughts, to be omnipresent, to be immortal, I think that's a form of idol worship. And I don't believe in hell. So these are the reasons I don't fit into the Christian communities. And it's not because I don't believe in the Holy Bible, but I just study and see what it's actually saying, and I can kind of keep up with what the story's about. If you want to believe devils and demons are out there that are not human, that are supernatural beings, that is, believing in there's someone other with this kind of power other than God when He says He is the only one, then you can have at it. And you can judge people and condemn them to these places that I don't believe exist, like hell. You can do that. But I think there's a price to pay. And if you're willing to skim over the Bible and believe in what you want to believe in and cast out judgments on people because in your short walk with Christ you think you have all the answers, then you go for it. Not only in this lifetime will you be punished, but if the Bible is true, you will have to be corrected. So, these are the reasons that people don't accept me in Christianity. But I don't really care. What man thinks is of no importance. It's learning what God is talking about in His Word. Peace, justice, understanding, love, and music.